The Garden Cafe since 2017, so we're going on maybe a little over 3 years. Before we took over, it was already a coffee shop that Gary used to play here on Saturday mornings, and we met the owner at that time who was ready to sell and offered it to us.
I've been broken, left for dead, pieces on the ground. Seen them bright lights of an old coal train, and I've heard that trumpet sound.
I think we knew coming in here that we didn't just want to be just a coffee shop. We wanted to, bring in the arts, especially music, and give local artists an opportunity and an audience.
That's true.
And people like playing here because they know they're going to be listened to and treated with some respect. They're not competing with a ball game on TV or something like that. I think what we've done with music here at the Garden Cafe is we've really expanded on whatever was here before. We do Thursday nights, or we did until COVID hit. Thursday, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays during the day, as well as the evenings. We've had large festivals here. We have our annual Peace Festival, which had to be canceled this year, of course.
The big change is the fact that because we are a small cafe, the capacity is very limited, and with the limited guidelines from the CDC, we can't have anybody inside. So we try to open up our patio. The stage in the back created a little amphitheater so we can continue to offer entertainment for folks without having to come inside the cafe. Yet we'll serve everybody outside, and it was nice that when the weather's nice, people kind of like to go outside. A lot of people are walking their dogs and walking their strollers, and they come by and they see that we have entertainment, and they stop and they get a drink and they listen, and it kind of opens up an avenue for people that they've lost during the pandemic because of COVID. So many entertainment venues have closed, yet we've kind of tried to keep something going here so people can still come out and maybe forget about it for a couple hours.
I'm living in a tip jar world, dreaming about my tip jar girl, singing all the tip jar songs, trying to right those tip jar wrongs. I'm living in a tip jar world, living in a tip jar world.
I was about 10 years old when I started playing the guitar, but just really making sounds with it, and I learned to play by watching friends of mine who really knew how to play the guitar and imitating them and singing songs together. And I've been doing that really my whole life. Before Gary and Mandy were here, music was more sporadic, and the cafe was not open as often, as long. But Gary and Mandy began evening music, started an open mic, have probably tripled the amount of music that's happening here on a weekly basis, and have made this platform a good place for musicians to set up. And I think the people who come to the cafe are used to there being music here now. One of the things that I like about playing in a place like this is that I can be part of what people come to the cafe for. I've really loved the way the cafe has developed over the years. I mean, even when I first encountered it, it was a very welcoming place. But Gary and Mandy being musicians and being the people who they are have, I think, made even more of it.
Shell collection, no show depression, learn your lesson. I must make a confession, never mind, it's personal songs with nothing to say, but get their point across anyway.
I found out about the Webster Groves Garden Cafe because the owners, Mandy and Gary, are
my best friend's parents. They're almost kind of like parents to me. I've known them a really long time. They're like family. I like working at a smaller local business because everything's really intimate and everybody knows each other and communicates with each other. So I've played a couple of open mics here back when we were doing them when we were open inside before the pandemic. We used to have them every Thursday, and that was actually the one day a week that I would work. So I did perform at the open mics a couple times, which was always a lot of fun. It's always fun getting everybody together, just play a little bit and share what they're working on. This past Sunday, I played my first solo show. Usually I'm playing with my band or some other kind of accompaniment. All of the funds were going toward supporting our local unhoused community here in St. Louis. Me and my friends every 2 weeks or so distribute essential supplies like toiletries, coats, blankets, sheets, stuff like that. So all the tips that I raised on Sunday, we were putting toward getting supplies to distribute.
I guess I started about 1945, just with some little violin lessons and some piano lessons. The instrument I tend to play the most is the guitar. I used to come in here in its prior life as a hookah bar, but then one day there was a sign that said live music outside by the door. So I pulled over, and Mandy was out there. I like what I can do with music. And I like some of the arrangements I've sort of sketched together on certain standard material. I like to present those as a high level of art. The Garden Cafe's offering is part of the music scene, and there's an audience, even if it's just one person. But that's it, having an audience that is quiet so that they're actually hearing what I'm doing rather than a loud bar crowd. I mean, having an audience is significant to me, and I've heard that it's significant to other artists too.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There's something that I must confess. I wish you happiness, but I gotta find mine. I gotta get this off my chest. Need real love, nothing less, but that's harder to define. So I gotta.
I have been singing since I was little. I didn't realize that I was actually good at it and it wasn't just like a party trick until I was in 7th grade. And I guess that's when I started to take it more seriously. I found out about the Webster Groves Garden Cafe, I guess when I was a freshman and we drove past, me and my roommate, and we were just like looking around the area trying to see what was good, and we were like, oh, we totally want to go there. Brew Bops is a music festival that I created with my friends Eldraco Price and Molly Morgan. We were talking about how we really struggled to find places in St. Louis that would cater to the genres that me and Eldraco play. And we were like, why don't we just create our own festival? And something that we were super passionate about was supporting local business and making it known that like artists operate as like their own small businesses as well, that it's important to support them. COVID has made it so that with like anybody in any profession, you have to kind of just make your own way and survive it. Make your own opportunities where you can, as safely as you can. But yeah, it's been harder because you don't have as many opportunities to make money. There's a lot going on, but making the most out of it, I think we'll look back on this time and be kind of proud of ourselves for finding a way to make the best out of this time. Yeah.
Our goal from the beginning was to provide more than just a coffee shop.
Yeah.
There are a lot of coffee shops in St. Louis that have a lot of
Right.
things to offer people, but we wanted to do coffee with music.
We're trying to create a place that we want to play, whether it be inside here, the stage in the back. I think it's also dovetailed with what a lot of performers enjoy.
Trumpet sound.
Looks so good.
Wow, that was amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Want to cut it?
Cut, yeah.
Is that a wrap?